Yo, can you guys quiet? We're about to record. Alright, we should be going right now. Check on your phone for streaming. Pull up, or pull up pick and roll somewhere. Yo, you guys are quiet. What? Someone pull us up, see if we're live.
Hold on, I'm not gonna come through there. Give me a sec.
We are live.
Alright, we're live. We're live. There's like one watching, right? Alright,
You can actually use the ball too.
bet. Let's go then. Let me see your phone and can you put a voice memos for me?
Looks good.
Yeah. Bet. Alright. Let's go. Alrighty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Pick and Roll.
Welcome back to Pick and Roll, everybody. My name is EJ. That's Sean. This is Pick and Roll, Sean and EJ. Sean's going on, brother. You know,
What's up, bro? I'm doing well.
kind of a super late start today, but you know, it happens.
We're getting this new setup underway.
So Sean, let's just get straight into it. What are your NBA Week 14 power rankings?
NBA Week 14, here we go. For you, I got number 5, bam, put on the list. Denver Nuggets. Jokic is still out, and they're still winning. They nearly beat my Lakers the other day, but Jamal Murray can carry. They have a winning record still, and they're probably they're the 3rd seed, I think, right now, right?
Yeah.
And they've been balling. They've been rolling. Peyton Watson has stepped up. He's averaging 23 points per game in his last 10 games, which is really impressive. Good to see him, show up, and I'm curious to see what he'll be like in rotation when Jokic is back and fully healthy. And Aaron Gordon's back. Number 4, the Houston Rockets. Needless to say, they're balling. Great defense. They're stacking wins. They had a really tough win against the Spurs the other night. Absolutely shut Wemby down. He couldn't make a shot. Kevin Durant's balling. The young guys. Reed Shepard is doing really well off the bench. I like this team, and they're doing well that midweek. Number 3, the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown is an MVP candidate. They are competing in the 2 seed without Tatum. Everybody's stepping up. I like this team. Number 2, the Detroit Pistons. They've been the 1 seed all year long. Kate Cunningham has been amazing. They're not going anywhere. Number 2, Pistons. Number 1, the OKC Thunder. They've been number 1 all year long, I think unanimously. Even with the ups and downs, I still got number 1 on my power rankings. Yeah, I don't care what you say. So 5 Nuggets, 4 Rockets, 3 Celtics, 2 Pistons, and 1 Thunder. What you got?
Not a bad list. I kind of like it. It's decent. I don't think there are any bad takes. Few. I'll probably mix a few of them too, but I think in that top 5, I think you got it down. My top 5 list. My number 5. I'm gonna go with New York Knicks. They are 3-7 in their last 10. That's why they're number 5. But Jalen Brunson, he had a players only meeting with his team. After going 0-5, I believe, or something like that, and they blew out, I believe it was the Hornets by like 50, I think, after that meeting. So, I think the Knicks are on the come up. I think they're going to hopefully have a streak going into All-Star break, and even after. So that's number 5. Number 4, excuse me. I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown is the top 5 MVP candidate this season. That's without their best player that everybody says, Jason Tatum. He's been averaging almost 30 or 30 a game with a roster that has changed since last season, since going to the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana last season. Jason Tatum being out was a red flag to be raised for the Boston Celtics because of his production, because of him being the number one guy. Jaylen Brown was always the number two. Getting doubted is him and Jason Tatum. Does he hold down JT? You know what I'm saying? Can JT be better than Jaylen Brown? Now that Tatum is out, you see Jaylen Brown stepping up, providing MVP numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Celtics are number 4. That's why the number 2 in the East. My number 3, I'm gonna go with the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby is just dominating the West. They're only a couple games behind OKC. I believe 6 or 7 games behind OKC. The Spurs finally beat the Thunder. Finally, after going 0-3, and they're a team to be reckoned with, especially going to the All-Star break, and eventually when they get into the playoffs, that team is going to be a very scary team to deal with. My number 2, I'm going to go with the Detroit Pistons. Number 1 in the East. They've been number 1 in the East for a while, even 2 in the last 10. They won 4 straight. They have the best home record in the East, as well as the best road record in the East as well. So this team has proved that they can be a championship caliber team on their best night. Right? Kate Cunningham is not a superstar now, being first in the East. I mean, the East is less competitive than it was previous years, but they definitely proven that they can still hang in the East. And my number 1, Sean, it's been this for the last, I don't know how long. It's OKC. They've just been dominating the league. First in the West since the beginning of the league. Beginning of the season, 7-3 in the last 10. They have the best home and road record in the whole entire league, Western and Eastern Conference. But yeah, that's my top 5.
No doubt about it. Yeah, OKC is legit. Yeah.
Sean, give me your NFL power rankings playoff edition.
I don't think they're doing power rankings this week, right?
NFL power rankings.
I was thinking on that.
Okay. We're gonna transfer to the good, bad, and ugly. Sean, do you have one?
Yes. My good this week, everybody. I got Jaylen Brown. He has carried the Celtics to the 2 seed without his co-star Jason Tatum. And don't forget, he was the number 2 option to Tatum. No one expected him to jump out and look this dominant of a 1 option and be in an MVP race. He's averaging a career high 29.8 points per game on good efficiency, 45% from the field, 38% from 3, maybe even 41% from 3. Great numbers for him. People said he couldn't shoot earlier in his career. He's improved that. He gets better every year. He's a top 3 MVP candidate, and you can't argue against that. Look what he's done with this team, with a depleted roster. You gave up Holiday and Porzingis due to salary cap reasons. Tatum goes down with the Achilles injury, and people were telling the Celtics they shouldn't even try to compete. They should try to tank the season. The season's a wash, but no. Jaylen Brown stepped up and done the opposite, and the Celtics. Hear me out, but I think they're title contenders. I think there's title contenders, even without Jason Tatum, which is incredible, really, and I think it's being overlooked. So Jaylen Brown is my good for this week. My bad, I'm going to go to Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, 2 interceptions in a crucial playoff game. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And they lost to the Broncos. I know you can say that they messed up a couple calls in that game, that interception. Probably should have gone the other way, but you don't want to see a guy like Josh Allen who's been knocking on the door, and he finally looks like he has an opportunity with no Chiefs in a wide open AFC. Anybody can come out, and you throw 2 interceptions against a young Broncos team with little experience, and the truth is about this team, they take too long to get started. They take their offense, they wait until the second half, and that's not going to. I can't always win your games, even though they're the comeback kings. And I think there's more. Josh Allen definitely takes some blame here, but I think there's more to the story than just him. I think it's a whole team issue. We'll talk more about the Bills later. So they're not bad. The ugly. I'm gonna go with the Golden State Warriors. It's looking really bad over there in Golden State right now. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL at 36 years old. I think he'll be able to rebound from it, but there's still question marks. He was already looking a little bit, I don't want to say washed, but you could see some decline this season for sure. And the Warriors weren't winning, regardless. They already weren't winning. And then you just lost your second best player. And he's got a big contract. Even if you try to trade him, which would be sad, but can't say I blame him. But you got to match that big contract too. He's protected with that. And the roster's struggling. The young talent hasn't developed. It's looking bad. It's looking really bad. If I'm Steph Curry and the Warriors, definitely a sad sight to see. Dynasty is fading before our eyes. So ugly Warriors, bad Bills, good Jalen Brown.
I'm gonna disagree with you about the Warriors, bro. They just won against the Mavericks last night. They lost.
They lost, dude.
Okay, but they're still over 500. I'm not gonna say they haven't been winning, because it's not like they're like the
They're
Nets.
playing for Golden State standards. If you want to be a contender, you're not playing a team.
Okay, but you gotta admit they didn't have a decent team to start with either, so you can't say they're not winning. They weren't winning at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad because their team already wasn't good. You just lost your second best.
I don't think they're like bad. I think they're a playing team that can turn into a contender with trade. I think they're one of those teams. Like you give Steph a second option who can score, who can defend, who can help Draymond with playmaking and defending, and also can help Steph with scoring, with pods and and Tracy Jackson Davis and Kuminga. And Kuminga got injured as well last night with his ankle, with his shoulder. But I don't see that. I don't.
You think there's hope? What brings you hope?
Steph Curry, man. You can't count Steph out. Like, people can sit there and laugh and say all they want. Oh, yeah. Steph Curry has 4 rings. Steph Curry carried a team. He carried that 2022 team. I mean, you can say Jordan Poole and Clay did something, but that was Steph. Feel me?
So we agree they're not winning, though.
I think
they weren't winning before.
They could turn into a contender with the trade deadline.
You think they're going to make a splash?
Yeah, I think they have to.
But as is, we both agree that they're cooked.
They're not cooked.
As is, this roster is not cooked.
I mean,
no moves. This is a losing team.
We've seen games like we've seen Golden State Warriors have this thing where they go on this slump and then the stuff just goes off for like 5 or 6 games and they get back to the groove. That's how the Warriors operate. That's how the Warriors move. I'm not counting the Warriors out ever. Because when I do, they step outside for 60 for the stretch.
But it's looking very hard. Even if they do make a splash, it's looking very hard to even make a nice trade right now.
True, but I think the Warriors will.
The young talent's value is only going down, it seems. And then Jimmy Butler's big contract, he's hurt. Who wants to take that on?
True. My good, bad, ugly. Good for me, I'm going to go with Matt Stafford. He beat our team. He is a top MVP candidate. It is what it is. I think Matt Stafford should win MVP. He's in his 40s already. He's a respected veteran. He's won a Super Bowl. Could potentially win one this season as well with the Rams. Matt Stafford had a great season. I love Matt Stafford. I always talk great about Matt Stafford, even as a Bears fan. So that's good. I think he played very well. I think his defense did carry him a little bit, at least through the 4th quarter. But it is what it is. Matt Stafford, kudos to you. The bad. I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Hawks. You guys are just stuck in the 10th seed the whole time. You know what I'm saying? At least with Chicago, we're at least at 500. That means y'all have been below 500 even before the Trae Young trade. Now after the Trae Young trade, y'all below 500. What's up with y'all Hawks?
I can't really say nothing about that. It's not
I know. So yeah, that's my bad. It's not looking too crazy because y'all still in the playing that spot, but it's looking bad.
We've seen guys step up though. I'm encouraged by that.
The ugly, Sean, I'm gonna go with your Atlanta Falcons, buddy. I'm sorry, but Kevin Stefanski as your head coach
Bro,
is
it's
not
not
a good look for
He's been a
you,
good coach.
especially with a young and up and coming QB like Michael Penix and how he treated. Okay, what was their record last year?
And what was he working
What
with?
was their record last
What
year?
was he working with?
What was his record last
What
year?
was the roster?
This is the okay, man. You have Myles Garrett, a top defensive player in the league. I understand your head
Your
coach.
offense.
What was his record?
Not good.
Okay then. So with another young and up and coming QB who has not done well because of other circumstances like injuries and stuff like that, like Michael Penix, I just don't see the Falcons doing great at all. Maybe if they put Kirk Cousins in, cool, they might have a few wins. You have so much potential, and the best y'all could do is hire Stefanski after what y'all seen he did to Shador.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's looking bad for you. That's my good, bad, and ugly, brother.
Not great.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
Straight up.
All right, let's get into the big question. Sean, who are your all-star starters? The all-star starters got released for both East and West. It's a pretty good list.
MLK Day.
Yeah, on MLK Day. So, Sean, who are your all-stars?
I think it's not too hard of a group to pick out. I'm gonna say for the Eastern Conference, I'm gonna go with Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brown, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think those are the three best guards in the East this season. I mean, you can make a case for Donovan Mitchell, but the Cavs haven't been winning as much as you want to see. So I don't think it's not that he doesn't deserve it. It's just that team success has to play in it. So that's why I'm going to take Brunson over him, even though the Knicks aren't much better. And yeah, the rest of the guys, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, Giannis, they're all MVP candidates. And for the Western Conference, I'm going to go, and by the way, positions, it's the first year that it's a positionless all-star selection this year. Just so everybody out there knows. That's why it's pretty guard heavy. For the Western Conference, I'm going to go Luka Doncic for my Lakers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, and Nikola Jokic. Pretty much exactly what they were, except I want Anthony Edwards over Steph Curry.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Anthony Edwards, and this gets into our next question, which we'll hold off until later, but my all-star starters for the East, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm going to go with Jalen Brown.
No Giannis?
Actually, no,
over
sorry.
Giannis, bro?
I'm my bad. I'm Giannis, okay, I'm tripping. So yeah, that's my five for the East. My five for the West: Shai, Jokic, Luka, Ant-Man, and this is gonna surprise you. No, I'm just playing. I'm going with Wemby. Yeah, I'm going with Wemby. Those are my all-star starters. Sean, this was your all-star starter. Was Anthony Edwards snubbed for being an all-star starter this season?
If you couldn't tell already what my opinion is, yes. Yes, he was snubbed. He's averaging a career high 29.9 points per game on career efficiency, 49% from the field, 41% from three-point range. He's shooting a higher efficiency than Steph Curry. He's shooting almost as many threes. And his team is better than Steph Curry's. So I would say Anthony Edwards definitely deserves this. He's a better player than Steph Curry right now. Let's be honest. It's 2026. And he plays both ends but really well, offense and defense. And he's averaging more points per game on better efficiency, and he's really evolved as a three-point shooter. And I think he might be a top 10 player in the league. He should definitely be an all-star starter.
No, he should not. I think Stephen Curry. I think he deserves that all-star starter spot more than him.
Why is that?
Steph has dragged these Warriors to
the
the
play-in
play-in spot. Okay, so what?
To the 10th seed.
Anthony Edwards has Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. You have other options to score, Sean. You act like Steph Curry can just pass the ball to Pod and he can give you 15 a game. No, that's not how that works.
With that logic, Luka has LeBron. Shea has a deep roster.
Who does Steph have?
Jimmy Butler,
He's injured.
He
He doesn't score for real. He's a playmaker. He's a defender. So no, he doesn't have nobody. You can't say Pod. You can't say Jackson Davis.
Team success, it doesn't matter.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. He has dragged these Warriors.
Even if both teams were the same level, I'd still take Ant.
No.
Anthony Edwards is a better player.
Steph Curry with Klay Thompson. Steph Curry with even Andrew Wiggins, a scorer. Steph doesn't have a scorer right now. Ant has a scorer. Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels. What?
Really, bro? Jimmy Butler is not much worse than Randle. They're probably the same level.
No, they're not. Julius Randle is better than Jimmy Butler right now.
I don't know. Not by a lot.
Julius Randle is having a career year right now. Let me show you because now you're finna feel
I know he is, but look
now
at
you're finna feel stupid. He's averaging 22, 7 and 5, 1 steal a game.
Jimmy's impact doesn't end up in the box sheet as much. He's one of those players you don't look at the stats for as much.
So he's a Draymond type of player.
No, exactly.
Because Draymond's the same way. You don't look at his stats.
He's similar, but he also has the offensive capability.
Julius Randle and Jimmy Butler have different type of play styles. Jimmy Butler is a mid-range slasher type of player, while Julius Randle is he's a 4-2 player. He's a power forward who can shoot, he can dunk, he can play defense, he can play make. That's the difference between them. They have not. The only similar style I will say is their dribbling.
I think you're over-exaggerating with Timberwolves' help.
How?
And regardless of help or not, or no help, I think Anthony Edwards is better than Steph.
Then that's cool. Hey, you know what? Look, that's our first argument. That's our first debate. Let's move on. Sean, one word to describe Bears Rams.
I'm gonna say emotional, especially for you. That was a roller coaster of a game.
Yeah.
Up and down, back and forth. The game was close the entire time into overtime. Caleb made that game time throw, got us all on our feet. We thought, oh my God, this is amazing NFL history. The Bears, oh my God, they're gonna do it. And then late game interception. So the roll it went up and it went back down, as they say. Well, if it goes up, must come back down, and it did. And it was emotional. I couldn't believe what I saw when he threw that game time pass to force overtime. And I had that same momentum swing the other way when he threw that interception, and I just knew it was over. So I would say emotional.
Yeah, I'm gonna say emotional as well. When he threw that 4-footer pass to Coach Bat in the back of the end zone, I think I missed a few breaths because it was just crazy.
I would pay for footage of you.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, did I expect them to go out and just start having a shootout? No. I knew this was going to be a tight game to the wire. It was. It went to OT, this, that, and the third. But I didn't think the Bears had it in them to come back, force OT, put Matt Stafford on his heels, make the defense just crumble. Right? That's what Caleb Williams is going to do for this Bears team in the next couple of years when they make the Super Bowl. Because they will make the Super Bowl. That's a fact. Okay? So, that's one word to describe the Bears Rams. It leads to our next question. Sean, what grade are you giving Caleb Williams versus the Rams?
I'm gonna go B flat. I say that because 257 yards, 23 for 42, 2 touchdowns. I know the 3 interceptions, and 59 QBR, but aside from the stats, I think he threw pretty well, and he made that amazing all-time NFL playoff play, a game-time touchdown pass was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. And I think he did, beside that late game turnover, step up to the plate and take the Bears as far as he could. You could give him a lower grade, but I don't even think they would. The truth is they wouldn't have stayed till overtime. They wouldn't have even gotten that far without him. So and he's so crucial to their success. And I'm gonna just give him a B.
If we're going quarter 1, quarter 3, Caleb, I'll give him a C plus. If we're going fourth quarter, Caleb, OT Caleb, I'm giving him an A. C plus because he threw 2 interceptions in the first 3 quarters. And he did throw 2 touchdowns. Well, he threw a touchdown in the fourth. He did 1 touchdown through quarters 1 and 3. I think that we need to make sure Caleb runs the game from the first quarter to the end, whether that's the fourth or that's triple OT, whatever.
It's an experience thing.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's going to be his 3rd year next year. Ben Johnson is here to stay. He's the franchise coach right now for the Bears with the franchise QB. So yes, quarters 1 through 3 give him a C plus. Quarter 4 and OT give him an A minus. Sean, we're going to stay on.
What are your thoughts on that late game losing interception? I do want to get it. I do want to know how you feel about that.
I mean, you can't be like, oh yeah, we expected this, because no, we expected Caleb to come out clutch. We expected him to win this game, and they almost did. We almost went to our first NFC championship in 15 years, 16 years. He threw the interception. I was like, you know what, it's okay. Shows potential. It shows promise that he can get through. He can win against really, really good teams in stressful situations. So was I disappointed? Sure, but I wasn't like other Bears teams. I was just gave up and wait till next season. No, like I'm ready for next season because I know we're gonna come out guns blazing. So that's my reaction.
Slack,
Yeah,
I know you're mad though.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily mad. It was just like I was just disappointed, honestly. But it's cool because I was like, you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. You lose, like you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. Can't really blame it. We had a great season last week, and I'm glad we beat Green Bay 2 or 3 times played in this year.
At least to beat Green Bay.
Right. Yeah. So, Sean, how much blame should Josh Allen get for the Bengals loss?
I think a decent amount. The run game was good. The offense was kind of flowing. I feel like he actually had options that game. I felt like they stepped up to the plate. The receivers were getting open. The tight ends were doing their thing. James Cook at 117 yards, so the run game was working. But Josh Allen comes out and throws 3 interceptions, man. How you finally have people catching the ball and getting open, and then you start to throw interceptions. So it's just really unfortunate, and you kind of just want to turn. I see a lot of people turn their heads like, that wasn't Josh Allen. I'm just gonna forget about that. He's so good. But I mean, I don't think he should be overblamed. I don't think he should take all the blame. But his fingerprints are on his loss, I would say. He was a little shaky. The truth is, he was just a little shaky that game, and it was really unfortunate. The defense wasn't great, however, though. You can make an argument that it's less of his fault because the defense wasn't great, and they waited too long to get going offensively, which he doesn't necessarily dictate besides the interceptions. I thought he threw some good looks. I didn't understand the late game Hail Marys, though. When they had enough time to take a little more steady. He threw some risky passes that were incomplete. And so I think he should receive a decent amount of the blame, but he shouldn't be overblamed.
as the franchise quarterback of this team, you're like, if they win, great. If you lose, you're supposed to be the one that takes responsibility. Now, Josh Allen, I believe, should get the blame for Sean McDermott parting ways with Buffalo because after the past couple of years, they went to AFC Championship after AFC Championship, wild card, divisional. That's the same thing with the Bears they did with Lovie Smith. You know, they had a lot of winning seasons, went to the Super Bowl, went to NFC Championship, and then after that went on a whole 10-year dry spell, 10, 12, 13-year dry spell of not having any success in the playoffs, not even the regular season. We had 2 okay seasons, 2018 and 2020. Like, the Bills is like this now. You have a good QB, you have a decent roster, defense is okay, coach is really good, and the quarterback is the offense. Josh Allen is the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen lost that game.
Yeah.
So Josh Allen,
But the defense, he doesn't control.
true, but he controls the offense, which usually scores the most points, which needs the momentum for the defense to stop the opposing team.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think Josh Allen should have the blame.
Yeah.
For sure.
We can mostly agree on that.
Sean, this is the last question. I'm going to switch to the NBA for the last question. Is this the end of the Warriors dynasty after Jimmy Butler injury? He tore his ACL at 36 years old, Sean.
I'm going to say yes if it wasn't already over. I think you could say it ended after their 2022 championship, after Klay Thompson departed. I just can't see this team unless they make a major trade, which I don't even think they can do. I don't think they have the capability to make a trade that really moves the needle that far enough to say championship contender. You know, I think we're looking at multiple moves and roster reconstruction outside of Stephen Curry to really move the needle towards championship. So I think the dynasty is pretty much already over before Butler went down. You see them losing, falling into the play-in, not even the playoffs, with like the 9th or 10th seed with him. So without him, they're going to drop out of the race completely, unless they make a big move. Get Sabonis, I don't even think that's a huge game changer. They get Sabonis, AD's not going to play that, like I was talking about last week. So you can pay the money and hope. But it's going to be hard to make a meaningful trade and turn this thing around. And young talent hasn't progressed well. The roster has not gone as planned. Jonathan Kuminga, that situation has gone south. You got to get him out of there. He requested the trade. And Moses Moody has not taken a big enough leap. Podziemski still pretty, he's not getting any better. The young guys aren't developing as you would hope, and that's really hindered their future. So I'm going to say the dynasty, I'm afraid it's the end of the Warriors dynasty, at least in the Curry era.
It is not the end of the Warriors dynasty because I'm telling you, the Warriors make one trade for a scorer to pair with Steph.
For who?
I don't know. You just need a scorer. Maybe you need a guy who doesn't mind taking that second seat.
Who would you trade?
I would trade
Who would you give up?
if I'm looking for a scorer who doesn't mind being like like a Klay Thompson type of player, you know what I'm saying, a number 2 option. I would say like a Kobe White type of player.
He's not going to move the needle for them.
But I'm saying you just need a scorer, right? You need
Kobe
White.
Better, but they're not contenders.
Kobe White can give you 20.
But contenders are.
But I'm saying they need a scorer. They don't need a LeBron James or Giannis because you keep saying everybody needs Giannis or Sabonis. You need a scorer who can score the ball. You know what scoring means, Sean? That means putting the ball in the basket. It's scoring points.
I'm aware, but
Are you sure?
I don't know if I don't even think they're contenders if you let LeBron James.
All right, yeah. Nah, you
I
got
think
clips. You're going
only if they got Giannis.
You
I
are
think.
going for clips,
Well,
bro.
if they got Giannis, that's the only way out. If somebody like Giannis, like the top 3 players.
You keep seeing Giannis for every single team. The Trailblazers, the Warriors, the Hawks,
I
the
mean,
Bulls,
it
the
has to be
Celtics.
true. There's a lot of
If you put Giannis on any team, they're not gonna dominate. You see the Bucks
That's
now.
how far-fetched. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that's how far-fetched it is. I don't think you have to move multiple guys and really restructure this team and to really make a move for one little star player or one little above average player is not going to.
I think if you change their roster a little bit and with trades, put Al Horford as starting center, put Tracy Jackson Davis on the bench. Al Horford on that Celtics team. Al Horford on that Celtics team won a championship.
This is not the same guy.
This was a
He's
year.
a year out from retiring.
This is last year.
He almost retired.
Oh,
He was between retirement
is
and
he still
glory.
playing? Is he still playing? Yes or no?
Yes, but
Okay then, and then that's it. Then that's it. He was a starting center, averaging. He wasn't averaging all-star numbers or even star numbers, but he was producing numbers that won them a championship, Sean. That's what you need. That's what Draymond does.
Bench. He's not starting caliber player anymore.
All right. Okay. So a starting caliber player that so a non-stop,
He's a little like 20 minutes a game, not coming and knocking out a few points.
a non-starter winning championships. I don't understand how that works. He's a veteran on a team who Steph can win you a championship on his own if he needs to. If he needs to. Like,
He hasn't.
okay.
He hasn't.
Okay.
In 2022, they played. They got the Murray was first. They got a free pass.
2015? 2015?
2015. Andre Iguodala got finals MVP.
Why?
And Kyrie Irving was hurt in the finals.
Why?
Kyrie Irving.
Why did they get finals MVP?
I mean,
LeBron averaged 34, 12, and 12. How the hell did he get finals
that's a
MVP?
good point, but Kyrie Irving was hurt. They
I don't
both had
care.
injuries.
I don't care if Kyrie was hurt. LeBron was averaging 34, 12, and 12, but still didn't win the
They
damn
had
championship.
numbers.
Steph carried them.
It's a team game. He had a better 5.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the end of the big questions. Sean, we're gonna go into our mid-season report cards. NBA teams. So Sean, I'm gonna give you some teams, and you're going to rate them from A to F. Give a short description of why you graded them. Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't already know this, we have reached the half point of the 82-game season. And, yeah, we thought we'd do some mid-season report cards.
So Sean, first team I'm gonna tell you,
Mm-hmm.
your favorite team,
Alright.
the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, sir. Atlanta Nation.
Grade them from A to F.
I'm going to give the Hawks a C- thus far. You got Trey off your hands. You got a salary dump. You got a nice player in CJ McCollum with an expiring contract. A nice the sharpshooter in Corey Kispert. So you made the most out of Trey's low value and got that salary off your hands, which I think is a plus. Getting rid of Trey, figuring out a solution, whether that's keeping Trey or getting rid of him, was the goal for the Hawks, and they've accomplished that. And Jalen Johnson has stepped up and become a superstar, and so I really like the development. Nikhil Alexander-Walker stepped up. The potential is there. We have good pieces in place, but the problem is it's not connecting to wins. You're 21 and 25, so I thought the Hawks would take a leap this year and maybe get into the playoff spot conversation, but no, 21 and 25 is not going to cut it. So that's why I'm going to go C-.
The next team,
What's your grade?
I'm gonna go with D. They suck. They've been trash. I mean, there's no other explanation. I got really nothing to say. They've been trash, and you traded your franchise player, and now you probably suck even worse.
You
So
don't like any of the guys stepping up?
there's no.
Jalen Johnson.
Who's been stepping up?
Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
For you to step up, they've been winning games. They haven't been winning games. So I'm giving them a D. The Chicago Bulls, Sean.
F.
What?
You are not competing. You're not good enough to contend. or get into the playoffs.
How do you give the Hawks a C minus but give the Hawks an F? I mean, give the Bulls an
The
F.
Hawks have a clear direction. The Bulls
How?
are not tanking or competing. They're stuck in nowhere, no man's land.
Where-
The Hawks are too, right? Don't get me wrong.
So you give them a higher grade?
No, because hear me out. There's young talent to develop, and the Hawks are a piece or two away to kind of see what direction we need to go.
A piece or
The
two
Bulls,
away?
what is the solution here? You haven't gotten rid of Vucevic. You need to take the full plunge to tank and get young, stack young talent. The only young talent you have is Buzelis, and everybody else is subpar. And you still have Vucevic, which is not helping. You're stuck in no man's land. You can get rid of Kobe White. That's not working out.
What are you talking about?
It isn't working out.
How?
His rotation has been weird. He's been off the bench. Like, you need to fully.
He was injured, Sean.
You need to. He's going to get traded.
No, he's not.
He's going to get traded. I'll come back on the show in 2 weeks and tell you got
Sean.
traded. And
So hold on, pause. So you think a roster with Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker is a few pieces away from winning
yes,
championship?
I'm
Are you out of your damn
I
mind?
think that roster has more potential. That you just need to make some adjustments. The Bulls need to fully compete. They need to fully commit to tanking. Because you're not winning. You're not winning this, and you know that.
You think Jalen Johnson's gonna win you a championship? You think no, pause. Pause. No. You think Dyson Daniels gonna win you a damn championship? You think Nikhil Alexander-Walker is gonna win you a championship?
No, not alone. I'm saying you think with a piece or two and a few roster.
You think Kristaps Porzingis is gonna win you a championship?
No, I was never behind him. I never wanted him.
So what the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying I like the pieces we have on this roster in going forward better than I like the Bulls. And
So you give them an F because they have. I'm trying to see because last time I checked,
this season isn't accomplishing anything.
the Bulls have a better record than the
This
Hawks.
season
They
isn't
always have.
accomplishing anything though. The Hawks have accomplished.
What are the Hawks accomplishing? Trading their franchise player?
Here's what they have accomplished, and their rating is too high. Here's what they have accomplished.
You gave them 2 letter grades higher than Chicago.
You have accomplished Jalen Johnson is now your new franchise guy. You have a great third option probably. You need a second option. We've established that we need a second option to Jalen Johnson, and that Nikhil Alexander-Walker is a nice piece moving forward. He has his breakout season of 20 points per game, and Onyeka Okongwu was a starting caliber center, and he's been stepping up to the plate while Porzingis has been injured. I like the pieces. We've established good pieces. That's what we've established.
So, okay, answer me this question. Have you been winning games?
No.
So, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about long-term future.
Long-term future is Jalen Johnson might go to another team and win you a championship there instead of Atlanta. Because in this timeline, trading Trae Young, trading your franchise player who y'all went to an Eastern Conference
I'm
championship.
telling you, the Hawks are a couple moves and coaching adjustments away. The Bulls
Y'all said the same thing when Trae Young went to the Eastern Conference championship. We are a few pieces away. And guess what? Y'all been in the play-in since 2023.
What is the Bulls' direction? What is the Bulls' plan?
I'm telling you, Buzelis is the future of Chicago.
What is the plan, though? What is this season accomplishing for Chicago?
It's to establish who's the number one guy. Is it Giddy? Is it Buzelis? Is it Kobe White? It's like you just said. Y'all just traded for your number one guy, right?
Kobe White will be traded.
No. Answer me this question. Y'all got your number one guy, right?
Yep. We have Jalen Johnson.
But you're not winning games.
Yeah,
Okay, no, there's no yeah. Y'all not winning games, period. Y'all not winning games, period.
That's because the roster needs a few more pieces.
Who? Okay, tell me who.
We need a solid second or first option, I'd say, to pair with Johnson.
Who,
In
nigga?
this league.
Who?
I'd say if you got someone like, I don't want to say this, but if he was healthy, which he's not going to be, which is why I don't want him, but you need someone like Anthony Davis.
Oh my God.
You need someone, a nice second option who will perform, give you some defense and offense, maybe like a Pascal Siakam.
You know what? We finna move on.
Or you need a second scorer. You need another scorer that doesn't interfere with Jalen Johnson.
We finna move on.
So I'd say either a good center or a good small forward.
We finna move on. The Sixers.
The Sixers, I'm gonna give a B. And B is actually healthy. Paul George is actually healthy. We want more production from Paul George, but it's good to see him out there. And Edge Jones stepped up as a great rookie. Maxey has taken another leap into all-star starter caliber. We're talking about all NBA team player now. I love what I'm seeing from him. And Embiid started to look like himself. He's starting to look the best he has since he got injured since 2023. So I like this team. However, I don't fully trust them like we were talking about last week. So that's why I'm going to give him a B and not full throttle A.
I agree. B. Lakers.
Lakers, I'm going to give another one on my team, man. I'm going to give him a D. I'm not happy. Laker Nation, I'm not happy. We're not contenders. We're wasting Luka Doncic right now. LeBron isn't playing defense. His contract's taking up a lot of space. So you can't even make this roster's incompetent.
What's the record?
26-17.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. This is a first round exit team. They are 11-13 in the last.
So
they're 11-13.
If they go to the second round and above, you need to shut your name out because you keep saying blasphemy.
As is, if they don't make any moves, first round, second round exit.
Great.
And they are 11-13 in the last 24 games. Explain that. And Austin Reeves is out. I like Austin Reeves, but I still stand behind my take last week. We need a major shake up here.
The Clippers. Lakers, I'll say a C. Average.
C?
But
Why are you so confident?
because they're 26-16.
Why is that a pass?
Because they're 26-16. Because they won games, unlike your Hawks.
But they're 11-13 in the last 24.
Okay, but you're talking the last 24 games. Look at the whole season. They're 26-16.
But we're about, 40 games in?
Right, look at the whole
That's
season.
half your games.
Look at the whole. Okay, so look at half of the season. Like, what do you keep trying to? No, look at the whole season. They're 26-16. They're 20. This is their best record that they've had
Just to lose, though.
during half of the season in half a decade.
It's not accomplishing anything.
Since 2020 when they won the title.
It's empty stats.
Whatever you say. The Clippers.
The Clippers, I'm going to go D+. Just a little bit better because of recency. They had a terrible record and a rough start early on, but they have a really good record in the last few games, and they're starting to come back. They're not done yet. I think they're a couple moves away from righting the wrong and turning the ship around. And you got to figure out you got to get rid of Chris Paul, figure that out. You got to get a little bit younger, a little more versatile, a little bit more athletic, and for while Leonard's healthy, it's great to see. He just came back last night and beat my Lakers sadly. James Harden's been great as usual. You just need to get this team postseason ready, postseason eligible.
Fair enough. I agree. No complaints here. Thunder.
I'm gonna give it an A, just an A flat. The reason it's not an A plus is because we lost to the Spurs three games in a row. We've seen some bad blowups. They got blown out by the Charlotte Hornets. That was rough. We've seen a couple rough losses, but overall they've been pretty dominant. Number one record in the league. So I'm gonna go A flat.
Rockets.
Rockets, I'm gonna give them an A flat as well. They're surviving without Fred VanVleet. They're the fourth seed. They have one of the best defenses in the league, probably second to OKC. And Kevin Durant has been, a little bit worse for his standards.
Still is in the league.
Still elite, but for Kevin Durant standards, worse. And they are still good. They don't need him to average 30, which is impressive.
Facts. Memphis.
I'm gonna give him an F, straight up F. I mean, John Morant has not gotten better; he's only gotten worse since 2022. He's still missing a lot of games. They're not contending; they're just losing, and they're not even losing enough to be happy about. You're not even getting a good draft pick, really.
Mm-hmm.
They're just wasting time, wasting money. It's just sad.
Portland.
I'm gonna give the Blazers an A- because they're making a play-in push, damn near playoffs without Damian Lillard, and Demi Avdija has had an absolute breakout season. He's looking incredible. He's gonna make the All-Star team for sure.
He might get snubbed just because it's the Trailblazers.
He's so good, man.
He's gonna get snubbed.
And they have great young talent. Shane Sharp's still productive. Donovan Kling is a promising center defensively. And I like this team for the future. They just need Danny back, and then I think they can make a playoff push.
Last one, Golden State.
F.
Mm.
This season isn't accomplishing anything. Inadequate roster, young talent's not developing. You're just leaving Steph Curry alone out there, and it's sad. And Jimmy Butler, the last thing he needed was an injury, and Jimmy Butler's out for the rest of the season now, 36 years old. Your Warriors are pressed for time. Steph Curry's window is closing, and they need, if they want to take advantage of it and sneak in another ring, they gotta act fast and they gotta act smart. And things are not going their way.
I agree. I agree with you completely. We're gonna go to our next segment, which is EJ's tier list.
Yes, sir.
Sean, this week we're gonna do NBA City jersey tier list. So basically, I'm going to show you a jersey. Probably gonna zoom in, and then you're gonna rank them from S to D.
All right, should we show the audience?
How would we do
Get up and
that? So we have the Boston Celtics City jersey. You don't know what that is? It's a white jersey with gold Boston letters. Sean, where do you rank that? Can you see?
I'm gonna give it. Honestly, it's kind of ugly in my opinion. I'm gonna give it a.
It's not
C
bad.
tier.
Okay, that's okay. We have Brooklyn. This is like a 2019 City jerseys. You remember it has like little colors on the side with the black jersey and white lettering. Sean, where would you put that?
Not the worst, not the greatest. I'm gonna give it a C as well.
I agree. We have Charlotte's new, I think it's their orange creamsicle jerseys with their cursive Charlotte lettering, old school Charlotte lettering. Where would you put that, Sean?
Those aren't too bad actually, but they're not great. I'm gonna also see.
Right, 3 seasons in a row. We have the Chicago colors, light blue, red, and white with cursive old school Chicago lettering with a black jersey, blue lettering. Sean, where would you put it?
It's a little too simple for me, but I like where it's going. I like the text and the colors. I'm gonna give probably B, high B.
High B, okay. We have Cleveland's orange old school jersey, old school lettering with the orange jersey. Where would you put that on, Sean?
Yeah, it doesn't really speak out to me. It's kind of ugly, and it doesn't really say Cleveland. I'm gonna say D.
First D. We have Dallas blue and black.
I like these. I think these are pretty good. I'm gonna say A.
I like these as well. We have the Denver Nuggets. This is their basic. Yeah, this is their basic alternate jerseys. Sean, where would you put this?
B as well.
Their Mile High jerseys.
Yeah. I mean A.
This is Detroit. This is their Motor City jerseys.
Not bad. I'm gonna go B tier for that one. It could be a little brighter.
We have Golden State's City, the town jerseys, cream, like a tan, cream.
I'm gonna say C tier. It could be better,
Okay.
but not too terrible.
We have Houston's H-Town white jerseys with red lettering.
I'm not a huge fan of the white and red. I'll say C.
We have the Pacers in their old school white, blue, and gold jerseys.
I don't know, this one's kind of tough. I can see what they're trying to do. Might want to go like low B.
Low B. We have the Clippers in their 2019 City jerseys.
This looks like New Balance. I'm gonna say Let me say D. It's straight up ugly. Orange, why?
Okay. We have the Lakers in their purple, gold, and purple, gold, and black jerseys.
These ones I actually like. However, I do associate them with losing because the Lakers seem to always lose whenever they wear those jerseys. I think they had to shut them down last year because they lost many times with them. So I'm gonna say B. It would be higher, but yeah.
We're gonna go with Memphis. These it's their city jerseys, white with dark blue lettering with a blue collar.
These ones are kind of nice. I'm gonna say
Okay. We have Miami in their Vice City jerseys, blue lettering and light pink numbers.
A. They gotta bring those ones back. I'm gonna say S tier. You gotta
S
first
tier.
S.
Our first S tier. We have the Bucks in their Cream City jerseys.
I'm gonna say A. Not too bad, but
Yeah, I like these.
not great.
Their Timberwolves, they're purple and black jerseys with purple lettering
That doesn't have anything to do with Minnesota.
and a purple collar.
We'll go C tier.
We have the Pelicans in their neon green jerseys.
These I like. We'll go A with those ones.
We have the New York Knicks in their creamsicle old school jerseys,
What do you think of these?
inspired by Carmelo Anthony. I like these. I think these are high B, low A tier.
Yeah, I'll get on with that.
So B tier.
Yeah, put them
We have OKC in their 2020 concept jerseys with a dark blue jersey,
there.
white letter.
You know, I like these. Well, we'll go A.
We have the Magic in their 2000s inspired jersey.
These ones could be better. I don't know about you. I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I agree. We have Philly in their dark blue jersey with white lettering.
Too simple for me. I'm gonna go C.
We have Phoenix Suns in the Valley jerseys.
Yes. Those ones, I'm gonna say S.
That's here.
Pretty nice.
We have the Portland Trail Blazers with their light green striped jerseys.
Not bad. Still B.
We have the Sacramento Kings in their 2000 inspired city jerseys.
Still A. Those are.
The San Antonio Spurs 90s
Oh
inspired
yeah, let's go
jerseys.
S tier with that one. Love those colors.
The Toronto Raptors
S
Vince
tier.
Carter
S
edition.
tier. Everybody knows that. One of the greatest jerseys ever made.
The Utah Jazz city jerseys, a light blue with a granite type of color with white lettering.
C.
We have the Washington Wizards Gilbert Arenas 2000 inspired jersey.
Okay. Surprisingly, these aren't too bad.
I honestly, can I tell you, I'll put them in S. I love these jerseys.
S. Oh,
I
my
love
God.
these jerseys.
I was gonna say maybe B.
No, A, S
The
or
top
A.
of mine is A.
Okay, that's fine. And last but not least, we have here Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, S
Tree
tier. S
City.
tier.
This stands for yes. I really like this. So Sean, this was your S tier: Miami, San Antonio, Toronto, Phoenix, and Atlanta. Your A tier was Dallas, Sacramento, Denver, Washington, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, and Memphis. Your B tier was Portland, Chicago, Detroit, the Lakers, LA Lakers, New York Knicks, and the Indiana Pacers. Your C tier: Orlando Magic, Utah Jazz, Philadelphia 76ers, Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, Charlotte Hornets, Houston Rockets, and the D tier was Cleveland and LA Clippers.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Sean, thank you for participating in EJ's tier list. Now we're going to go to fraud alert. Sean, who is your fraud?
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a fraud alert. It's the New England Patriots. I mean, incredibly easy schedule. Like one of the easiest in NFL history. And you know, Drake May. I don't know about you, but he hasn't stood out to me these playoffs.
Really?
They played a beat up, hopeless Chargers team in the first round, and then the second round you play the Houston Texans, which have an impressive defense that is hard to throw on against and play and score against. But CJ Stroud handed him the ball like 4 times, 4 interceptions. So CJ Stroud was practically playing for the New England Patriots. So they get another pass, and now you get and to top it all off, you're playing the Broncos without Bo Nix. It's like they're using some voodoo dark magic to make Bo Nix get injured. It was such a weird injury. Did anyone notice him get hurt like that?
No.
Exactly. Just all of a sudden, perfect. What a coincidence! The Patriots get to play another easy team just to lose the Super Bowl. So, and then they might find a way to voodoo magic that. So I'm gonna say the Patriots are clearly frauds.
Clearly frauds to me. Sean,
What's your fraud?
the Seahawks.
What?
Listen to me, bro.
I gotta hear this one.
Sam Darnold, listen, he faced against the Niners. They beat him down 41-9. Right? You like EJ, what are you talking about? EJ, what the hell you talking about? Sam Darnold had maybe one of the easiest games played. The Niners were broken down. They don't have wide receiver one. They don't have Kittle. You don't have Fred Warner. Brock Purdy just came off an injury. A lot of players just came off an injury, just came back. Right? Mac Jones was their quarterback for about 5 or 6 weeks. Okay, Brock Purdy just came back in a few weeks ago. Okay, Sam Darnold has not proved that he's the best quarterback in the NFC. It's really a close race between 3: Stafford, Darnold, and Williams. And I'm adding Stafford in that 4 as well. Right? So that's why I'm saying frauds. Not that I'm saying that they can't beat them. I'm not saying that they can't beat LA. I'm saying I have not seen Sam Darnold prove that he can beat a Drake May, a Bo Nix, a Matt Stafford, a Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? Even like a Jared Goff or a Jordan Love or a CJ Stroud, even though their offense is terrible. CJ Stroud.
Niners look bad though.
Fair. But again, Brock Purdy just came back from injury not too long ago. You know what I'm saying?
CMC.
But that's first of all, that's one position. The quarterback owns everything when it comes to offense. The running back can't get the ball unless they physically gets it to him or throws it to him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can point to some injuries. Kittle was never himself. He was carted off too, wasn't he?
I think that your fraud is valid. I
mean, to say that the Seahawks are more fraudulent than the Patriots. The Seahawks, first of all, have had valid wins all season long.
The Patriots have been good all season. You act like the Patriots have a weak spot. They don't have a weak spot.
Who's the hardest team they played was probably the Bills.
It does not matter. You beat a team that defense is #1 in the league compared with Seattle. If you can beat them by double digits, you can beat the Broncos. Guaranteed.
Well, I mean, they're gonna beat the Broncos.
Whatever you say. I said my fraud was Seahawks. He said his fraud was the New England Patriots. We're going to go to our last and final segment, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yes,
NFL, we're going to prepare playoff brackets, update our playoff bracket, prepare, and mark wrongs. I'll go first. Sean.
So the brackets up.
Yes, sir. This is one playoff bracket.
Yeah, week 2. Divisional round is over. Now we're heading into the championship games for the AFC and NFC. And we've got some playoff bracket updates. Let's see how we're doing.
So look,
whose bracket's looking better?
Wild card, I got everything right. The divisional, got everything
Let's see
right.
what you got in this latest round.
in the
Yeah, Bears.
conference round.
Yeah, the
I
Bears.
was
Yeah,
wrong.
Bears beating Rams.
I was wrong. So
But you got the Patriots pick correct,
yes.
and you got the Broncos pick correct. You lucked out on that one. And Seattle, yeah.
So
Your bracket's looking pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You had Niners over Eagles. You called that.
yes, sir, I did. Sean, we're going to show yours, but how do you feel about your bracket? Like all in all.
I think it's looking a little worse than yours. My Super Bowl pick, not winner, not Super Bowl winner, but my Super Bowl pick for the AFC is now out of it. Texans.
So for the NFC, you chose Eagles over Niners. You were wrong about that. You chose Rams over Seattle.
Let me down.
You chose Rams over Seattle. You were wrong about that because Seattle is facing LA.
Well, I revised it, and
Yeah.
Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
You chose Houston over Denver. And
Yeah.
You chose Buffalo over New England. So you were pretty much
Yeah.
wrong.
Texans and Bills failed me.
You were wrong about everything except the Rams being in conference shit. So congratulations about that.
Now I just got to win and get to the Super Bowl. If the Rams can win the Super Bowl, my bracket can salvage.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, thank you for another great episode, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And this is Pick and Roll with Sean and EJ. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all social medias. Pick and Roll _forward. Follow Sean. What's your Instagram? Shane the Green Bean _ between every single name. Just _ EJ with 4 J's at the end of it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please come back to Pick and Roll live on YouTube. We will start at 1 o'clock next week. Sorry, we started late.
Every Friday.
But
We got a new setup here. It's like
Yes.
so long. New studio.
yeah, thank you guys for joining in. This is Pick and Roll with Sean and EJ. Peace out.
We'll see you guys next week.